What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the NJ Show. It is CPI. It is time. Who is ready to get stopped out? Because it's mad. The chart is looking mad. What is going on at the moment? Listen, I'm going to give you a quick recap. In the meantime, what I want you all to do, I hope we're live. What I want you all to do is I want you to drop a comment in the chat. We have got 30 minutes now. I need to find out where you're tuning in from, what got you to this video, and if you're enjoying the content. But more on that to follow. CPI is going to be interesting today. Why? Because the dollar is falling into key support. Bitcoin is in a very tight range. ETH BTC looks like it has more downside to go to. Bitcoin pushing into the resistance of that tight range. There's so much going on. The SPX is moving into resistance as well, into that 4500s, which you might have heard XO mention in his previous stream. We're going to get the chart up in just a second, but let's get a few comments up for everybody. We have got Mush Shorts in the chat saying, ASA, NJ, hope all is going well. Appreciate you. Big shout out to Mush. Thank you for tuning in. We've got Hamad tuning in from Sydney. Fantastic. At the same time, on the other side of the world, we've got Yashwant tuning in from India. Fantastic. It will never be a stream without Phil the Flying Frenchman. Good to see him here. We've got Igor saying sup everyone. Hafuel in the chat as well. The mods are here. Appreciate all the mods for tuning in. Please smash a like on the video. Let's get to 100 likes as fast as we can. We've got Abdul in the chat. We have got Trader Mac in the chat. Keep an eye on Trader Mac. Trader Mac, someone that you're going to see more of soon, but I'll let him tell you more on that later on. Who else have we got? We've got El Nickerman, who I can't do a stream without shouting out El Nickerman. Hey, 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 who's ready to get shafted up and down? Not me. I'm not touching this thing. Well, bro, look, listen, as part of CPI, we need to get stopped out. It's part of the game. We're not in that bull market yet. We're not having that momentum yet. Getting stopped out is just part of the process. We've got Pinocchio in the chat. Hello, brother. Hello to you too. Ukraine from Igor. We've got SC got me here from Sydney. Thank you, Simon, for tuning in. And a big shout out to my mentor, Trader SC, and my other mentor, Trader XO. The best traders in the space, personally, would not be here without them. Big shout out to them. Lily, we've got Lily in the chat here. Ready for CPI, Lily? Let me know if you're ready for CPI. We've got tuning in from Dubai. Salam from AC. Salam to you too. We've got more from India here. We've got Portugal here from Ricardo. We've got Amsterdam here from Win. Tokyo. Oh, big shout out to T Nog from Tokyo. Haven't seen that one yet. I would love to go to Tokyo. We've got Canada. We've got Sweden. We've got Nigeria. We've got Belarus. We've got Pakistan. We've got, oh goodness, we got New Jersey, and there we go. We got South Africa to finish it off. All right. Listen, before I share the chart, make sure you're all taking a quick second to get us to 100 likes. Let's kick the show off. All right. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. It's the bottom right hand corner. Takes a second to do. Let's kick the show off. Right. Now, I tweeted very recently. Okay. And I said, look, Bitcoin is in a very tight range. And I said, what I want everybody to do is I don't want anybody to be trading in this area here. This is a horrible area to trade. A lot of people that I respect, they've been stopped out multiple times in this range. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. The issue with this range is when price is moving up and down like this, it gets you excited, it gets you enticed, it makes you really want to get on board. The moment it comes low, you want a long. The moment it goes high, you want a short. I said specifically on my Twitter, I said, look, only look for trades here or at the bottom here. Do not try and out trade this chop. This is designed to take your liquidity. It's designed to convert you guys into exit liquidity. All right. Now, we are 25 minutes away from CPI. And as we are approaching that CPI data release, we're pushing back into that resistance. Before I tweeted this, we actually didn't have this wick. Okay, this was in fact a fantastic shorting opportunity, that wick, and only a few people I know caught it. So it does show that this market is starting to even scare off the bigger traders. The people who are more consistent, it's starting to scare them off too. So the market is doing what we need it to do. In regards to where we are in the bigger picture, let's have a look. Zooming out. We are still in that macro range. Liquidity remains above that 32,400 level. That's at minimum what I think we need to take. Now, at the same time, if we're going to talk about 32,400, we need to bear in mind that we've got a lot of thin price action right here. And I'm not ruling out that we can get, if we do get above 32,400, the stop loss cascading, it might give us a real big push up to 35, 36K. Does that mean I'm bullish? No, it doesn't. Not on the macro. It just means that I think that we could see higher prices. That doesn't mean bullish, because ultimately I'm part of this consensus that we're going to come back down before we go up for the longer term. All right. You can watch other videos. Maybe in the next stream, I'll go into more details as to why I think X, Y, and Z. But you can watch my previous videos to understand why I'm of the mindset that we might come back down lower before we go up higher. We are in what I believe is an accumulation zone, similar to what we've got here on the left-hand side. If I could just divert your attention there, I think we are in something like this at the moment with Bitcoin right here. And I think that before we get that big bull run with the massive altcoin rushes, with the big gains where everybody's winning, I think before we get that, we're going to have more accumulation. Now, zooming in, what we want to do is I want to show you guys how I got this range. Okay. So I'll remove this, I'll remove that, and then it looks just a little bit clearer for everybody here. So this box that I've got above here, let me just drag this a little bit high. In fact, let me remove this box. There we go. Now it looks a little bit cleaner. It looks a bit more fresh. This range that we've got here now is that tight consolidation. But with consolidation like this, you've got resistance right above, which is $1,000 away. You've got support right below, which is about $2,000, $3,000 away. It's very, very difficult to ascertain which direction price is going to go in. All right? Because as far as you can tell, for the time being, price is trapped between, hold on, let me give you the right prices, between, I'd say, 31,000 and 29,500. Those are the key levels. Now, price can do a multitude of things here. I could draw out for you 4 to 5 scenarios and then just claim clout on the scenario that works out. But I can't do that. I don't really care for that. I care about the scenario that's going to make us some bread, some money, because that's what we need right now. We need some money. Okay. I know everybody needs some money. I certainly need some money. That's what we trade for. Now, when it comes to trading this, I'm going to have to tell you guys now, I can't trade this. Nobody I know can trade it. Only somebody like SC could trade this, but that's because he's got the 13, 14 years experience. Price, I'm expecting price to do something like this. Maybe not that high, but I'm expecting price to do something ridiculous like that on the 1 minute time frame. That's how crazy price is about to get. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, before we continue talking about price, I'm going to put a poll up in the chat, and I want everybody in the chat to get involved. Let me get this poll up for you right now. Bear with. How is everybody doing today, by the way? Oh, we've got Elizabeth in the chat. Hello, Elizabeth, my friend. My lovely Elizabeth, it's good to see you, love. Thank you for tuning in. Please do show love to the mods. Show love to all the mods. Right. So, thoughts on CPI? Bullish or bearish? That poll is up now. So what do you think for Bitcoin? All right. Before you vote, not what you want to happen, what you actually think is going to happen. Okay. I want you guys to vote in the chat and tell me what you guys think is going to happen with Bitcoin for CPI. At the same time, it's important to discuss when it comes to this, that the last time we had CPI, I think it came in at 4%, and it was 0.1% lower than the actual forecast. Now, CPI now looks like it's going to come in at 3%, which is a big, big steep drop. At the same time, we have to bear in mind that it's still not the 2% that the Fed want. Okay? Now, considering it's not the 2% that the Fed want, what does that mean? Does that mean that there's potential for more rate hikes? Does that mean that there's potential for more? Is there any potential for a pause? I very much doubt it. Is there potential for a cut? Definitely not. In fact, I tell you what, let me see if I can bring this post up here. Murtaza over at In It for the Tech has had a lot to say about these rate hikes, and he seems very, very passionate about it. Let's bring this up here and let's see if we can get some insight from Murtaza. So Murtaza says, look, the consensus for rate hikes has been over multiple, What are you saying there, Murtaza, bro? Over multiple for the remainder of the year. But the current forecast keeps getting better for CPI and the Feds. So every time we have a CPI movement, it's getting better. Inflation started at 10%. Inflation went to 7%. It went to 4%. Now we're looking at 3% potentially. All right. It's getting better. My eyes are instead on core CPI, which has been very stagnant and not the best, which has kept the Fed stance very hawkish. Okay. There has been no signal that liquidity is coming back in the market. There's been no signal that there's any form of quantitative easing coming anytime soon. There's been absolutely no signal that the Fed are planning to reverse what they've done over the last year and a half, except in the last FOMC, they did say that they're expecting rate cuts to come somewhere in early 2024. We've discussed that on this channel. What does that line up with? Well, my friends, the Bitcoin halving. Okay, now that's going to be a conversation for another episode. But for now, I still see multiple rate hikes over the year, but depending on today's data, it can change a lot. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people are thinking that because we have had so many rate hikes that there might only be one left or there might not be any left. But the reality is that there may be more than one. It's very, very possible that we get more than one in July and maybe again shortly after. It's very possible. Now, the reversing that those rate hikes, you have to remember that even if they reverse it, price is not just going to go to the moon. They've got to reverse all the damage that they've done over the last 2 years technically at that point, you know? So that will be good for the bull market. It will be a very good narrative for the Bitcoin bull market. However, it's not going to come overnight. Bull markets typically last for somewhere between a year to sort of 18 months. All right. If we consider 2024 to be that year, that special year where we start that Bitcoin bull run, we can expect 2024 to just be the beginning, the sort of the quieter moves, you know. Retail hasn't really hit yet. It's just us, 230 lovely legends in the chat. Please smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're at 67 likes right now. We're only 30 away from the 100 number. So if you guys get a chance to, would really, really appreciate it. We're going to look at the poll in a second to see what you guys think are happening with CPI. But since we've got such little time, we've got 20 minutes. Usually what we do on the show, I don't know if you guys have tuned in before for CPI, but what we do is we bring up a 4 box. So we do something like this. Hold on. We do something like this. And then I'll keep Bitcoin on the top left-hand corner. And I'll put that down to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, just to see. We'll have the dollar on the top left-hand corner just to see. Hold on. There we go. The dollar has come into key support. It has. I can show you that after the stream or whatever, but if you watch my previous episode, or predominantly if you watch Trader XO's most recent episode, he really broke down where the dollar is at the moment and what he's looking to go through for FX. So definitely go and check out Trader XO's latest episode. It really does drop a hell of a lot of alpha. Now, we've got Pepe here for some reason, but Pepe is not what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with the SPX. Okay. Now, I want everybody in the chat to let me know what you guys think. What should we have on in this fourth box right here, the bottom right hand box? Should we have an altcoin? Should we have an FX pair? Should we have Ethereum? You let me know in the chat. And the chat that gets the most, I'm going to pick one from the chat and we'll have that in our fourth box. All right. So I tell you what, I'd like to see at the moment where our poll currently is, because I know that a lot of people have voted. We have currently got 133 votes. I think we can get a couple more votes. I think we can get 50 more votes. If you haven't voted already, take a second and vote. And the current votes are edging more towards bullish for Bitcoin as opposed to bearish. So look, I love doing this personally. Personally, when we have a CPI stream, when we have an FOMC stream, it really is one of my favorite streams because the community all comes together. We all sit down on the stream and we all start, we all panic together. Because I know some of you lot are trading, you know. Don't think NJ doesn't know. Don't think NJ wasn't young once upon a time. 5 years ago, NJ will be trading this as well. In fact, I think I got stopped out in the previous stream. So I know that a lot of you guys are in trades. I know that some of you are long in this. I know some of you are shorting this. And I know some of you are looking to try and catch a very, very, very cheeky wick. Now, as long as you're okay with being stopped out, as long as you're okay with losing that 1R, then it can become a bit fun. It can become a bit like a casino. You're using TA to the best of your knowledge. You're calculating as much risk as you can, but just be okay with the idea of being stopped out. Otherwise, don't trade this. Otherwise, stay with us, stay with the community. We all enjoy each other's time, and we'll see what CPI does. Because today, I tell you what, I think today we're going to get a little breakout. I think we are going to get a bit of market madness. And the reason I say that is because of all these tight ranges that we're in. Look at the S&P in the bottom left hand corner here. You can see I've got a resistance area marked out here at 4533. Okay, price is currently at 4484. Okay, that's interesting. I find that interesting that the dollar has come into support. If we can maybe, is there any way I can show you? So the dollar is in this range. Okay, look at this range that the dollar's in. Excuse me. That's the range that the dollar's in. If we account for deviations, we can even tighten this just a little bit further, like this. Okay, that's the range that the dollar's in. Now, even though we haven't exactly touched the range low, even though we haven't deviated that range, we can comfortably say that we are at the extreme ends of that range. Where's the other extreme end of that range? It's going to be at the top right here. It's going to be at the top. Okay? Similarly, ES is coming to this resistance level here. Similarly, Bitcoin is trapped in that 4-hour range. We're approaching resistance of that range at the same time. Let me go back to the 5 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute is good. And then I've got Solana here for some reason. What has everybody decided? Let's look at the chat and let's see what everybody's decided. We've got the US 2 month. We've got, wait, what's going on with Solana? Why is Solana dumping like that? All right, so the 1 minute chart, oof. Getting a little bit excited, getting a little bit nervous going into CPI here. All right, so we got Keep, Solana. We got Ethereum, Solana, Ethereum, STX, Solana, Ethereum, Solana, Ethereum, Dixie, Solana, Zen. What's Zen? Total 2, that's an interesting one. Solana or Inge, Cooper. What? I don't know. Oh, Copper. We've got someone in the chat saying I'm long. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, listen, you got balls. Your balls are on the table. Matic, GBP, USD, ETH looks like it's one. Right, I'm gonna go with Ethereum because ETH looks like it's one. So we've got Bitcoin, the dollar, we've got the S&P, and we've got Ethereum. And right now, it's looking a little bit mad. But I tell you what, we can do at the same time. I'll keep Ethereum in the corner here, and at the same time, maybe we'll remove this for the dollar like this, and everybody can see the top right hand corner screen. So maybe we'll have a quick look at total 3. Okay, because I know a lot of you guys have got chart requests in the chat, and I know it's a small box, but bear with me. Let's just see what we can do. Looking at the daily, what can we see here for total 3? What can we identify immediately off the bat? Well, what we can see here for total 3 is we are still in bearish market structure. Now, we had a range to work with. I don't know if you guys need to zoom in or whatever, but we had a range here that we were working with. We've broken out of that range now, and we haven't quite retested it, but do we really need to? No, we don't, okay? We've got a series of lower highs. We've got a high here. We've got a lower high here, lower low here. We've got a lower high here, lower low here, and this is almost a lower high here. And are we going to now make that lower low for total 3? Now, I know everybody gets annoyed when I give you guys bearish scenarios. It's not that I want the market to dump. I love you guys. I want you guys to make lots of money. At the same time, it's my duty and responsibility to make sure that I report what I'm seeing and not what I want to happen. That's the difference. Okay, a lot of your favorite influencers, they report what they want to happen and not what actually should happen, based on the data. So total 3 for me isn't looking very good. Scarlett here with a fantastic comment saying, look, expect the unexpected as markets are not rational. So even though we've said all the things that we've said, we've timed everything together, I still think the market might just try and screw everybody over, but we'll see. So that's total 3, okay? Matic, AVAX, that's all going to be the same. In it for the tech, put ETH on the 4th screen. Yes, 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 boss. Yes, 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 yes. Liz also says long until wrong. All right, we're approaching that time now. So let's get the dollar back up here. Let's get the dollar back up here. And oh, goodness, what's all of that? That's a lot of madness. This is from the previous stream. Goodness gracious. NJ, what are you doing, G? All right, let's bring that back up here like this. Dollar continues to decline. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ethereum pushing up. Bitcoin isn't really. It's interesting. I find it very interesting how Ethereum is showing much more strength than Bitcoin is when it comes to these moves to the upside and the downside. I see Ethereum holding not more of the volume, but I see more movement on Ethereum than I do with anything else. Does anybody have any comments or any questions as we go into the 9 minutes remaining for CPI? Whilst I leave you guys with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to take a sip of my drink and I'm going to check the poll because I want to see what everybody's voted on. So, ask your questions. Nothing beats a good lemon water, a nice hot one. All right. We have got 206 votes on this poll. 52% of you have voted bullish and 48% of you have voted bearish. I'm going to end that poll right. Oh, well, it's changing. Everybody's voting now. The votes are rushing in now. All right. 3, 2, 1. Closed. Right. 216 votes. If you manage to get a vote in, good for you. If not, what kind of foolishness is this? Guys, listen to this. The poll results have come out and 50% of you are bullish and 49% of you are bearish. What's the other 1%? Is everybody seeing that in the chat? That's weird. I've never ever seen that before. 50% of you are bullish, 49% of you are bearish. So where's the other 1%, YouTube? Where's the other 1% gone? Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. Well, either way, the point of that poll specifically was I wanted to show you guys that it really is 50-50. It genuinely is. Nobody knows which direction this stupid market is going to go in because we are at that stage of the bear market. So look, if you're excited for CPI, if you're excited for more content, if you're excited for what's to come, smash a flipping like on the video, you absolute legends. I am excited personally for CPI. Let's take some of your comments. All right. Right. So everybody's commenting on the 1% saying they got 1% got chopped out, 1% got liquidated, 1% are neutral. Right. We've got a question here. So in it for the tech, you're expecting for the market to rally when Fed lowers rates. Historically, markets crash after pivots. That's a very, very good question that you've got there. Well, a statement, more of a statement. Now, when you factor in the Bitcoin halving coming into play, when you factor in 2 years of bear market, the top was in November 2021, mind you. When you factor in market cycle theory and liquidity theory, yes, I'm not saying the SPX can't dump. I'm not saying the dollar can't dump, but that doesn't mean Bitcoin can't go up. It's all about risk on and risk off. You need a risk on scenario for Bitcoin to even stand a chance. And then couple that risk on scenario with, the halving, with more news coming up. Maybe you've got the Bitcoin ETF now, which people are looking to get approved. BlackRock stepping in and saying that they want an ETF to come in for Bitcoin. I have every reason to believe that next year will be a good year for Bitcoin, similar to 2020, in my opinion. And then I think as we go into 2021, 2025, sorry, I think retail will start flooding in. I don't know if you guys saw Exo's paragraph a couple of days ago about the decentralized exchange liquidity. If you haven't, go follow him on Twitter and go check that out. It's absolutely phenomenal. He's telling you where he thinks the smart money is going to be at the beginning of that next cycle. We've got 300 people here now, and we have got 5 minutes to CPI. Has anybody got anything else to say before this market starts going mad? Because the dollar isn't really doing anything. Ethereum has gone quiet. The ES has gone quiet. And Bitcoin has certainly gone quiet. Let's have a look. We've got a couple of good afternoons here. We've got good afternoon. Good to see you, Timmy B. Thank you for tuning in. I saw a couple more good afternoons, man. Where have they all gone? Bro, stop vaping. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. What's good? NJ says Dubsdorf. Yeah, all good. All good. Just here for CPI. Who wants to get stopped out? You know, that's the motto. Degeneracy in 10 minutes. Run it. I love that comment. I love that. In 3-4 minutes time, you're gonna see some real price action. If you guys have not seen this before, if some of you are tuning in for the first time and you're wondering why we're all just sitting here looking at 4 different charts at the same time, you're in for a treat, because I think that this is going to be an eventful CPI. I think so anyway. Bonker Boy says, just tuned in. Did I miss anything? No. You're all good. You're all good. You're all good. It's recorded anyway, so you can rewind it and watch it. Have we got any more comments coming in? I think everybody is just sort of holding on to their butts, holding on to their seats, and waiting. Let me ask you a secret question, just between NJ and the crew, all right? Who's long and who's short right now? Hey, it stays with us. This stays between us, okay? It's between this guy here, 2 thumbs, this guy here, and you. Who's long and short right now? Who's playing the game? Who's rolling the dice? Let me get some comments in the chat. Who's rolling the dice right now? Not saying that I advocate gambling. I don't advocate gambling. I'm sure that you guys, whoever is doing that, would have had some reason to go, hey, what's going on with the dollar? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We're almost there. Okay, we've got a bunch of comments coming in here. I'm long, I'm short, I'm flat with spot. I was long, but I closed it. Oh, this is a good comment. I like this. This is what you call somebody who's going to make it. I like this. You're thinking with risk. Short my net worth 100x, and I'm not joking. Woof, woohoo! Someone's got big balls in the chat. We've got short hedged. Nah, it's so choppy. Yep, I agree. It really is. I'm rolling some dice, says Josh. Yeah, come on, Josh. Hafu says I'm long, flat, watching with popcorn, says Pinocchio. Shorted with LQTY. Okay. FFS, I'm long. Ha ha ha. All right. Long for 2 minutes and then quickly sell. Short Solana, stop loss 23. Short on Matic, long on BTC, short on LTC. All right. Everybody is, oh my goodness. Oi, a madness is going on. It seems the fuckery has begun. Pardon my language. Yo, they're front running. Hold on. They're front running. They're trying to make it happen. They thought we weren't going to be live for this, but we're here. We're active. The 1 minute chart is about to go mad. Whew, the 1 minute chart is about to go mad. Hey, if you're enjoying the content, you know what to do, yeah? If you're enjoying the content, you got to hit that subscribe button, because we go live, We go live for you guys. We cover the best crypto news. We cover charts every time we go live. We bring on the most prestigious guests from crypto Twitter. You want to definitely smash the subscribe button. Let's get this channel over to 7,000 subscribers. We're working on our way to get there. CPI madness in 1 minute, says Natal. It's already begun. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. All right. Whew. Hey, apologies if I swear. I really do apologize if I swear. I'm not trying to swear. I'll try and swear in a different language if worst case scenario. But we're gonna get a lot of stop outs in a minute. I'm telling you now, right now. Oh, Trader Mac in the house saying, let's get this video to 200 likes. I think we can do it. I think we've got the right army for here. In fact, Abhishek right underneath says, let's smash the likes and get this to 300 likes. We've got the army. I believe in the NJ community. Right, Bitcoin is pushing up. Now, remember, we've got resistance at 31K for Bitcoin. So if we smash right through that, that could be big. Somebody in the chat put the CPI numbers in. I want to go on Forex Factory, but I want to keep the charts up. So, oh, look at Ethereum, look at Bitcoin. Oh, shizzle, my. Wait, this is all going to get retraced. They're scamming us. They're pushing us out. I'm betting. Look at the dollar. Look at the dollar. Oh my good. I think this is all going to get retraced, but my good. S&P did nothing. Hold on. The S&P just stayed quiet. Look at Ethereum. Oh, Ethereum tapped into resistance. Ethereum tapped into resistance. Bitcoin is trying to push into... The dollar fell off a cliff. The dollar fell off a cliff. CPI has come in at 3%. Thank you to everybody who's dropping that comment in. Data is worse than forecast. Worse than forecasted? What do you mean? Now I wish I held the long. Oh, GG for everybody who went long, unless you went long on the dollar. Ugh. But I will say take profits because CPI candles retrace. They retrace. A madness is going. If you're just tuning in right now on the show, CPI is proving to be a madness. We got that madness that we were looking for. The dollar's pushing lower. Bitcoin wants to push higher. Ethereum following suit. The SPX just did nothing. SPX just nothing. Boring from the S&P. Let's look at Solana. Nothing really on Solana. It pushed up. It pushed up good. I'm pretty much everything in the market will have pushed up. Inge pushed up to 830. Let's have a look at Matic. That's a lot of stop outs, you know. That's a lot of stop outs. Matic pushed up to 75 cents pretty much. You know what? I was thinking more was going to happen, you know. I really thought more was going to happen. I thought it was going to be bigger than that. AVAX, I know someone mentioned AVAX in the chat earlier on. AVAX pretty much pushed up by it's not even $1. It pushed up by like 10 cents. What kind of CPI is that? Maybe we're yet to see the bigger moves. It's possible we're yet to see the bigger moves because usually during CPI, and we've seen this every time we've done these live streams, we've been doing these live streams for a while now. Whenever we do these live streams for CPI, price tends to retrace and then it figures out what it wants to do. So let's have a look at some of the chats. Let's look at some of the comments. Oh, someone's saying ES is delayed. So let's see then. Let's see what it does. 1 minute chart is looking mad, you know. You know when you get these $30, $40 moves on ETH on the 1 minute chart, it looks mad. Let me get some of these comments. So we've got Hafuel saying GBP USD bonkers, yet cable will naturally go mad because of course the dollar is the dollar just don't mean anything anymore, man. It just don't mean anything anymore. You can't even buy a PS5 with the dollars these days. I swear to God, can't buy nothing. We've got last couple of hours have been nothing but burgers, says Damien. We got Inner saying, meh. Yeah, I feel the same way, bro. I feel the same way. Meh. I thought we would have had way more price action than this. I was getting excited and all sorts. Thank God I didn't trade before CPI. Yeah, I agree. I agree. If you were short, to be honest, I don't think anybody got wrecked if they were short. Unless you were short FX pairs, then yeah, you would have been wrecked. But crypto-wise, it doesn't seem to have bled into crypto too much. You know, on the hourly time frame, it just looks like a lower high for now. We've still got 30 minutes left for this. On the 30-minute time frame, we've just opened up with a really shitty candle. This could just completely reverse, and it looks like it is reversing. If I zoom in and show you guys, you know, meh. This is a good comment here. Maybe Asia will give some decisions. I agree. It could be possible. I thought we'd have something now, though. You know, Bitcoin tapped into that resistance again. So if we look at Bitcoin on the H4 here, if you're going long, I would just say be careful, all right? Because we've got this sort of staircase. Look at this. We've got this sort of staircase, all right? And that was CPI. Hey, they scammed us. They scammed us. 400 of us came on live today to watch this CPI madness. We got the expected results that we were going to get. And hey guys, something's going on. Something's kicking off. Hold on. Bitcoin's completely retraced. Ethereum's completely retraced. Something mad's happening. And the ES is not doing anything. Do we have any ES traders in the chat? Because that's dead. ES is moving mad. The dollar, interesting to see the dollar is finding a little bit of a bounce here. Could this be a bounce before a massive leg lower, or is it going to do what I think? I think the dollar's going to bounce personally, but oh blood, oh man, Bitcoin is. Can you believe that we're at a stage now? We're at a stage now where Bitcoin is moving hundreds of dollars on the 1 minute time frame. Oh, ES is starting to move a little bit now as well. It's not really though, not really. US 500, all right, US 500. Oh goodness gracious! No, but on the futures contract, it's just catching up. It's just catching up to where it was. Let's look at the SPX for Rwanda. Let's see if anything's happened there. Yeah, it's just catching up to the futures contract. So I don't know. This is interesting though. This is interesting. I'm keen to see what Bitcoin is going to do. Now, this is the problem, all right? This is the problem with Bitcoin, and I'm going to give you guys all this advice right before I leave, okay? Because we've done CPI now, nothing's happened. Unfortunately, it's been a big pile of nonsense, absolute nonsense from Jerome. What are you doing to us, Jerome? You need to give us more than like a 1 minute wick, Jerome, man, Jerome. Come on. Right. So if I go to the H4 real quick, what I want you guys to remember, okay, is a few things before we end the stream. The first thing I will say is I mentioned that resistance is here in this upper grey box and support is in this bottom grey box. If you're going to look for any trades, make sure that price clears this area first and gives you that retest that you're looking for in order to go long. Do not long it into resistance because price can just do that. Okay? Do not long it into resistance. If price is to break down, come back into support, we'll see how price fluctuates here before we can decide we want to go up. But ultimately, price, even with this CPI news, is still trapped in this range. And it kind of goes to show you that the volatility is dying off in crypto. This to me looks like accumulation. This to me looks like, you know, boring price action. There's no exit liquidity, and that's why they're not really going for the stops the way that they should be. That said, we are getting a push. We are. If we go into the 15-minute time frame, this is looking a bit like a Darth Maul. Maybe it will close in a couple of minutes back here at 3,800, and then we'll have another range to work with between here and here. It's really boring price action. Really, really boring price action. Somebody saying here that I might be priced in, but I don't know. Anyway, look, we've got 350 people here. Can we at least get to 200 likes? We're 28 likes away from the episode. Let's see if we can get that. Okay. In the interim, there is not much to discuss. There is not much to go off. I really, really thought we'd get better price action than this. Instead, it looks like we haven't even had CPI today. This is a good comment here. Too many people expected good news, I guess. It could be distribution. I agree. It could be overall distribution. This entire small range here could be distribution. Yeah, for sure. But if we're arguing that it's distribution, then our targets are going to end up being somewhere down here, at like 27K. We've got 28K right above us. We've got the previous quarterly open at 28.5K. Dixie's continuing to push lower apparently, but I'm not seeing any real move from crypto. I thought we'd get like a good couple $100 in movement, but we didn't. Somebody's here saying 28.3K. Yeah, it's possible that we get 28.3K. 28.4, 28.5 is the previous quarterly open. So, Lily here says, congratulations on the recent amount of viewers, NJ. Yeah, honestly, it's really good to have everybody here. I don't thank you all enough. I don't really thank you all enough. Somebody says 27K and then up only. Yeah, Dixie continuing to move down. Well, let's have a look at the dollar then, because FX seems to have all the volatility. Goodness gracious. There is no chill from the dollar whatsoever. And the worst thing about it, right, is it's just opened up today with a gap. It's opened up, it's gapped down. And if we just go to like the H4 or something on the dollar, and we'll do this. This is kind of what I'm seeing. We can even tighten that a little bit, you know? We can even tighten that. Hold on. I don't think we need to, but yeah, I suppose that could kind of work. I suppose it does. All I know is that the dollar is at support. The dollar is at support. Somebody here saying total is at giga resistance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's everything is at turning points. Everything is at a turning point. If the dollar smashes below here, if it smashes below here and finds resistance here, then probably here. But don't you think it's kind of stupid to fade key support? It's kind of stupid to fade. ES is ripping. All right. Is ES finally doing something? Yes, yes, ES has finally started to pick up. It does appear as though ES is, oh, that's a nice 1 minute candle. I was wondering what ES was doing. ES was quiet, man. Really, really quiet. Now we're seeing we're going straight to resistance. We're going straight into resistance. You know those traders that they post on their Telegram and their Twitter saying, let's short Bitcoin and let's long Bitcoin. They get stopped out publicly and then they say that they've made like 50R on ES in hindsight. I find that quite mad still. Quite mad. Look how quickly we're going to resistance. Bear in mind that we have got resistance here at 4533. So don't, watch out for that level. Don't be rushing to go into longs just before we get to 4500s. I think XO was talking about 4500s as well as in his most previous stream. But that said, there is not really much for me to discuss going into the rest of the evening. Be careful with your trades. In my opinion, all of this will retrace. We've seen on CPI that it does tend to retrace along with FOMC as well. I don't trust these pumps, especially with everything else coming into support and resistance. One more quick peek at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has pretty much retraced the entire move at 30,800, just as we spoke about a few seconds ago. Look, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for making 40 minutes of your time for this. I hope you all had fun. I hope you all enjoyed the content. I certainly had fun. We'll definitely come live for FOMC for the next one and CPI for the next one. In the meantime, do subscribe to the channel because we will be coming live soon. We'll do our best to bring on Trader SC. We'll do our best to bring on Trader XO. We'll see who else we can bring on in the interim, and we'll have a bunch more content for you going into the next 6 months. So definitely subscribe to the show. All right. Cheers, everyone. Catch you in a bit, and stay safe. Stay safe. All right.